Hey everyone, welcome back to Scrummy. It's Easter week and we just had to make some hot cross buns. That's what I'm making with you today. These are actually a chocolate orange hot cross bun. They're not long out of the oven and they smell gorgeous. They're really not that difficult to make. Don't let the fact that they have yeast in them put you off from making them. Fast action yeast is so easy to use, and when you see these results you will be so delighted with yourself. Alright everyone, let's make hot cross buns. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to soak the mixed fruit in some orange juice. This is an optional step, you don't have to do it if you don't want, but I like to do this as the fruit soaks up the lovely flavours of the orange. I leave that to soak for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes you can strain off the remaining orange juice and leave it to one side. In here I've got strong white flour, and into this I'm going to add in cinnamon, mixed spice, salt and orange zest. Just to mention, you can use plain flour, but it won't need as much liquid added to it if you use it. Add in the butter and rub it into the flour. Add the yeast and sugar and give it a good stir. In this jug I've got some warm milk, and into this I'm going to add in the eggs and beat them together. Add to the flour and bring it together with a fork. I find getting my hands in there the best way to get it into a ball. Place on a floured work surface and knead a little, and push out the dough and add in the fruit and the chocolate chips. Of course, if you have a machine with a dough hook, you can pop it in there and just switch it on, and it saves you having to do it by hand. And now for the fun part, bring it together and knead it for about 8 to 9 minutes. That's perfect now, and just get it into a nice little ball like that. I'm going to pop this into an oiled bowl, and on top of that I'm going to put some cling film, and I've put a little bit of oil on the inside of the cling film so the dough doesn't stick when it rises. And there you have it, all done. Now we just need to proof this for about an hour, and proofing just means that we need to place it somewhere warm for about an hour so that the dough doubles in size. I place mine in my hot press or airing cupboard. If you've got somewhere warm where the sun is shining, it's a perfect place too. Alright everyone, see you in an hour. After an hour, this is how your dough should look. Remove the cling film and knock the air out with your fist by just punching it down a few times. Get it out onto a floured surface and just knead it a little to bring it all together. Cut the dough into 12 equal amounts, and if you've got a weighing scales, just weigh each of them to make sure they're all the same size. If you prefer to make these without the chocolate chips, just replace the chocolate chips with the same amount of fruit. Take each piece of dough and fold it a few times until you get a nice smooth top. I like to place it on the worktop and shape it just like this. That's perfect. Place on a lightly oiled baking tray. Place some cling film over them, and I leave it loose so that they can rise. You can pop a tea towel on top and it helps with the proofing process and getting them to rise. My kitchen is lovely and warm, so I'm just going to leave them here like this. It's important that you do put them someplace warm for 1 hour so they rise. So we'll see how they get on. Alright, so it's been an hour and the hot cross buns have risen lovely. So I'm just going to remove the cling film from them. Just look at that. All that's left to be done now is for us to put the cross on top. And to do that, we're going to mix up some plain flour with some water. You don't want it too runny because you want the cross to stay on top. And that looks perfect. Alright, so I'm going to get this into a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, just use a freezer bag. It's perfect for this, and cut the end off. Just be careful not to cut too much off the end, as we don't want a really thick cross. And to pipe, we're just going to start on the end, and we're just going to go like that. It's as easy as that. That's the cross done on the hot cross buns. Not so hard, is it? That's it, all done. So all we've left to do now is to get them into the oven, and they only take about 20 minutes to bake on 200 degrees Celsius. These are ready and they've turned out perfect. So they're nice and warm now. And I'm just going to brush them with a little warm honey. It'll give them a nice shine. Brush all over and don't forget the sides. And that should do it. I'm going to let these cool now for about 20 minutes, and then I'll open one up and you can see what it's like inside. These have cooled enough now to cut one open. Just look at that. can see all those delicious chocolate chips, and they're so soft, gorgeous. The best way to eat these is with plenty of butter, Kerrygold if you have it. The full recipe for the hot cross buns is under the video. These hot cross buns really are amazing, and anyone I've made them for love them. So go on and give them a go. And there you have them. That's how easy it is to make my chocolate orange hot cross buns. Not too difficult, I think you'll all agree. I'm sure you're well able to make them, and I hope you do give them a go. They really are so good. Way nicer than anything you will buy, even in the best supermarket. Let me know in the comments below if you do try them out. I'd love to know how you get on. I hope you all have a lovely Easter, enjoy the break, and come back and watch lots more of my videos if you can. Thanks again, happy baking everyone. Enjoy.